addition to distance time graphs, you need to know about velocity time graphs. You need to know how to plot and explain them, how to work out the acceleration using the gradient, and you need to know how to determine the distance travelled, working out the area underneath the line. First, you need to know what constant acceleration looks like, and this is simply a positive line moving from bottom left to top right with a gradient above 0, and when it's straight, it means the car is accelerating at a constant rate. If it's moving at a constant speed, however, unlike what you saw before on a distance time graph, it's a horizontal line moving from left to right. That does not mean it's stationary. That would be what you see on a distance time graph. Make sure you don't confuse the two. You can work it out by looking at the two axes, making sure that if it says velocity on the y-axis, it's referring to constant speed and not being stationary. If the car is accelerating unevenly, then it will be a curved line which is still positive and still has a gradient above 0. It shows that the car is accelerating faster and faster or slower, as shown in the graph below. If we want to work out the acceleration, we simply find the initial and final velocity and the time using the values on either axes of the graph. To find distance travelled though, it's a bit more complicated because we don't have distance on either of the axes. So, because velocity times time gives us distance, we work out the area underneath the line. So let's have a look at this graph here. You can see that we've already split it down into 3 separate shapes, A, B and C. For A, we work out 10 times 20 because the time in seconds at the bottom is 10 and the velocity is 20 metres per second. We divide this by 2 because it's a triangle and that gives us 100, and then we do the same for the other 2 shapes. Once we have those 3 areas, we add them together to give us 900 metres. Let's have a look at a quick exam question to consolidate it. So A, it says constant velocity on the graph is shown by something worth 1 mark. So constant velocity, as you'll remember, is a straight horizontal line because it's a velocity time graph. So that's going to be B, the horizontal part of the line. And the second one is the distance travelled is shown by A, B, C, D. We know that distance travelled is shown by the area under the line, so it's going to have to be A. And as you can see, those are the 2 correct answers.